I've been poor, and brother, I have been rich. I've sat behind a desk, and I've dug a ditch. Rode on a skateboard and in a private plane. I've been nobody, known some fame. I got no loyalty to the street, not a dirt road, not Arbor Lane. No matter where I happen to stay, deep inside I'm always feeling the same. I'm at home inside of myself, either with or without any wealth. Through the years I have always believed there's more to life than money. But sometimes I can also see, just cause a person's rich don't mean they got it easy. Don't be judging unless you wanna get judged. Only closed mind suckers hold a grudge, and I got no loyalty to any street. Not Parker Drive, not 8th Street. Only one place to avoid the commotion, safe on a blade floating around out in the ocean. I've been poor and I've been rich. I slept at the Ritz and I slept in the ditch. My finances look like a cardiogram. My bank account won't tell you who I am, because it ain't no street that made myself me. A step into my vision and you'll see. Live and let live, those words ain't no joke. Whether you're rich or one of the poor folk, if you're rich but you live stressfully, that don't say much about your head mentally. Just calm out in the zone blue, or take a year off, try something new. Catch a bus and get away, or go to the east side, find a new place to stay. No, they won't like you at first, for your blood they will probably thirst. But try to make some peace with your brother. Everybody on this planet shares a mother. The Mother Earth gave us birth, not no hood and not no nurse. Peace to all the classes and the kinds, as long as you ain't got no middle class mind. Cause this kind of mentality is a little too much like reality. Reality to me means no imagination, no room for new ideas, new pulses or creations. I've been rich and I've been poor. It's been up and down since I was about 4. Slept in a garbage can, slept in a big house. I've eaten caviar and I once ate a mouse, but I didn't complain when I was down. My poverty I tried to ignore, because you're only as poor as you feel. If you're poor, don't feel that you got a bad deal, because there's people more poor than you don't fear. Some people can't listen because they can't hear. If you got a set of speakers, don't bitch and complain, cause music is the food that feeds your brain. I got no loyalty to the street, not 8th Street, not Atalaya. Cause I've been poor and I've been rich. I slept at the Ritz and I slept in the ditch. Rode on a skateboard and in a private plane. I've been nobody and I've known a little fame. But no matter where I'm at or where I am, I'm always feeling like the very same man. Got hit by a car when I was 10, but this is now and that was then. Mommy went broke trying to pay the bills of the ICU down at the hospital. From then on, we could barely afford to eat. Now what does that got to do with any street? Good luck, bad luck, the name of the song. I've had more bad luck than King Kong, but I've had a lot of good luck too. I've got a lot of thanks for the ocean blue. She helped me out more than a lot, keeping my mind off the have and have-nots. My loyalty don't lie in street commotion. I give my praise to the motion of the ocean. She kept me out of trouble, she kept me alive. She kept me off the street, away from guns and knives. When I felt angry or about to starve, I dug a rail and began to carve a liquid piece of the pie. No longer felt like I wanted to die. I got no loyalty to the street. No, not a dirt road, not Pasadena Avenue. Cause I've been poor and I've been rich. I slept at the Ritz and I slept in the ditch. Slept on a rooftop, slept in the gutter. Rolled in a limousine and I slept with your mother. Been invited in and thrown out of the door. Left out in the rain when it started to pour. But what does that got to do with the street? Cause it ain't no street that made myself me. I got no loyalty to the street. No, not a dirt road, not Carson Avenue. Cause I've been poor, I've been rich. Slept at the Ritz and I slept in the ditch. Rode on a skateboard and in a private plane. I've been nobody and known a little fame.
Mommy, how much longer till we get to Ithaka?
We're almost there, sweetheart.
Hey, Lince.
What's up?
You want to put that ice cream down? Come over here and help me with this?
With what? With the bus?
Yeah, the bus thing I was talking about.
Yo, man, I'm tired about the bus.
Me too. Alright. We was on our way to go to a show. A Lince, Grizzly and me, we were taking it slow.
Lento momento foi apreciado, apreço por show por nós mostrado.
Baraka was the place that we wanted to get. What we needed was our TIP jet.
Sem jato, o contacto que terá de ser feito. Como e o que fazer a este respeito?
But how the fuck we gonna get there? Ain't got no money, no dinero to spare.
Uma questão erguida, uma resposta merecida. Será? Eu mereço imenso nesta medida.
The answer to this question was the goddamn motherfucking bus.
43, da Praça da Figueira sem figos. Lá vamos nós, com cara de poucos amigos.
Who we got on this bus anyway?
The new tribe, Ithaka, we all on the bus. Lince on the motherfucking bus.
Course on the motherfucking bus.
Club around on the motherfucking bus. We all on the motherfucking bus.
Right here on the motherfucking bus.
No, we don't like the motherfucking bus.
But we ain't got a motherfucking car.
Cause we're too motherfucking broke.
Yeah, and it's too fucking hard to walk.
And we gotta beat the hands on the clock.
Cause we late for the motherfucking gig.
And we sweat like motherfucking pigs. Right here on the motherfucking bus.
Right here on the motherfucking bus. Yeah, right here on the motherfucking bus.
Well, it was very hot, this is true. But things was peaceful, just kicking it with my crew.
Cruzado e dando cruzamentos entrelaçados, laçados no tormento pelo calor abusado.
When all of a sudden, we couldn't believe our eyes. Onto the bus walked 15 stupid guys.
Sem querer acreditar em nossos olhos que os otários é entrar para aqui, cair aos molhos.
They was very drunk and started singing stupid song. Goddamn, I hope this trip ain't long.
Pouco sérios, muito ébrios e ao álcool entregues. Minutos eternos, na verdade tu perdes.
We told the motherfucking clowns, you better keep that noise down.
Instalada a confusão, são confusos os momentos, sobretudo sobressaltos sucessivos eventos.
Now don't get us wrong, we wasn't looking for a fight, but there was 15 motherfuckers that we just didn't like.
Did you shoot him?
Hell no.
So,
But one by one, we threw them out the window.
Plop, plop, splat, splat. Oh, what a relief is that?
som depreciado usado de um modo não me interessa quem era, só quem quer mais
Yeah, right here on the motherfucking bus.
Lince on a motherfucking bus.
Grayson on the motherfucking bus.
Puff around on the motherfucking bus. We all on the motherfucking bus. And no, we don't like the motherfucking bus.
But we ain't got a motherfucking car.
Cause we're too motherfucking broke.
And it's too fucking hard to walk.
But we gotta beat the hands on the clock.
Cause we late to the motherfucking gig.
And we sweat like motherfucking pigs. Right here on the motherfucking bus.
Yeah, right here on the motherfucking bus.
scooters?
Well, man, I have 150. Is it good enough for you?
I don't know. Marta, you got 5-ish scooters for me?
No, I'm afraid not.
Fuck it, we'll get on anyway.
Well, wait for me.
Adeus.
Até logo. I had a headache, my body felt cold, but I was still kinda young, 26 years old. Poisons of all sorts flowed through my brain. I never felt sorrow and I rarely felt pain. Why did I always wear a frown? What was it? What was getting me down? The problem is I ain't no city slicker. I dig street sounds, but I ain't no quick sticker. I like bashing lips of the liquid kind. If I don't get wet soon, I'm gonna lose my mind. I close up shop, I lock my house up tight. I headed for the ocean in the middle of the night. First by foot, then a bus and a train. Arrived at a lonely beach that had no name. I waxed up, then I paddled out alone. But what I saw next almost turned me to stone. A lovely mermaid with snakes for hair. I was immobilized by her deep, sultry stare. Well, every word she said was like a little song. This was no hallucination, my mind wasn't gone. She said, excuse me, landman, but I wanna make a baby. I said, let me think about it, maybe. But 15 seconds later, I said, alright. And 16 seconds later is when I saw the light. She began glowing, just like a ball of fire. But where the hell had gone my desire? I didn't know whether to worship her or buck. Was I dead or was this just good luck? She said, landman, don't be nervous, don't be shy. But if you don't give it to me, I will probably die. Alright, your highness, if it's a matter of life and death, I'll give you what you ask, I'll give you my best. Didn't know much about being a father to a fish, but she'd more than convinced me to do as she wished. We did it upside right and upside down, under the water and above ground. After 24 hours, we finished the deed. Then she asked me, landman, now is there anything that you need? I said, you sweet fish, you. There was only one thing that I would like you to do. Take me with you to your underwater world, cause I care about you, Miss Half Fish, Miss Half Pearl. She said that Poseidon wouldn't like it much, but she would try to talk with him today at lunch. To our surprise, Poseidon didn't dispute a thing, just said a brother Greek to be a future king. Me, a fish king in the ocean blue. It sounded alright, I needed a life that was new. We got married the very next week. No more cars for me and no more city streets. I learned to breathe water like I used to breathe air. Well, snakes grew from my head where they used to be hair. In a few short months, man, his belly grew. And not long after that, she became two. Now I'm a fish daddy. Never thought I'd ever be a fish daddy. So very glad to be a fish daddy. Forever wanna be a fish daddy. A big mermaid, little mermaid, both so sweet. I spent my days finding them things to eat. Little fish and lures, sometimes a worm. Life was even sweeter since baby Manna was born. When baby Manna got a little more bigger, she developed a lovely mermaid figure. And soon all of the sharks wanted a piece of her ass, wanted to slam her in the forest of seagrass. Me and Big Man, we were worried about her baby. Hope she'd grow up to be a nice mermaid lady. So we decided to move to the Atlantic. But instead of helping her, baby Manna became frantic. And the Atlantic sharks were just as bad as the rest. All this temptation was putting our baby to the test. I caught her in a cave with the sharks. Saltwater Jim had his jaws on a nipple, was trying to work his spinning. I bit Jim in his back with my knife like teeth. He robbed baby citizen, soggy sucker was a thief. Daddy baby said, why did you do what you did? I'm a big fish now, I'm not no fish kid. But what's a fish daddy to do? But what's a fish daddy to do? Can somebody please tell me? 'Cause I ain't got a clue. But what's a fish daddy to do? But what's a fish daddy to do? Alright, baby. Do what you wanna do, be home by 1. Please be careful, don't have too much fun. Oh, daddy, you can count on me. I'll be a good little mermaid. You'll see. When I got home, I told Manna, your daughter's crazy. She said she's yours too, as a father, you're lazy. But soon baby Manna started dating Perry. He was the porpoise with a purpose. He worked part-time down at the underwater Red Cross surplus. Perry and baby Manna got married the 10th of June. Big Manna sang a beautiful ocean tune. They honeymooned in an old shipwreck. The word Los Angeles was painted on the deck. That brought back many things for me to remember. It'd been 18 years ago last September when I'd first met Manna as a lovely young mermaid whose beauty alone had left me in a daze. Out in the ocean in front of that no-name beach, I got wet the day to get off the street. And damn it, I'm so very glad I did. I'm a happy fish daddy with a wife and fish kid. Now I'm a fish daddy. Never thought I'd ever be a fish daddy. So very glad to be a fish daddy. Forever wanna be a fish daddy. I'm a fish daddy. I'm a fish daddy. Now I'm a fish daddy. I'm a fish daddy. I'm a fish daddy. People, they ask me why the hell you wanna leave, saying that they'll miss me, that they're gonna grieve. This town is #1, we got the Lakers and the sun. There's always lots of lovelies, always lots of fun. Oh, why won't you settle down and stay? Well, who in the right mind would ever leave her late? But I gotta tell you, got to put it straight. Still busted out of there, busted down the gate, 'cause I had to get out while there was going to get. LA was the hunter, California was a net, so I got up and got off on my bucket. Sometimes you gotta say, well, what the hell, fuck it. Wasn't around for the rides of the king, but every other night bullets left my ears to ring. Hostility, the song that LA played every single night and every single day. Walking in the alley, the one behind my house, came 5 slang bangers, it was me they were aroused. They asked me, where you going? Said, not really sure. Next 30 seconds I remembered in a blur. I wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. I tried so hard for years to understand, why do you find such pleasure in killing another man? I prefer the simple highs in life, like a mountain of water, not cutting with a knife, but where I've disappeared and confidential. The sky's still blue, the swells are monumental, and no, I'm not ignoring my heritage. Over the gap, I'm building the bridge to learn one stand for all the peace can exist. Forgive, forget, bring down the fist. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. Well, 5 days later, what have I got? I'm in another place which is sunny and hot. The difference here is that I'm free as a bird. No gun to my head, no blood on the curb. It just then a strange thought overtook my brain. And since that day it never felt the same. If everybody just put down the arms, then nobody on the planet could ever come harm. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. The people of this planet, they want explanations for riots, earthquakes, and all God's creations. You got me, I just couldn't say. I do what I do, I take it day by day. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, have to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. Well, 6 weeks later, still don't know what's up. Don't got many friends, still got an empty cup. They speak in tongues I don't understand, but I look just like them, visually I blend. It's time to start it up in my new land. Corporate rounds, one and only survival plan. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. It took me 2 years, but now I know for sure. LA ain't the enemy, and goodness will endure. The sea to free, my real need was right there all the time inside of me. Just a voyage of my mind is what I needed. But now I'm on the other side and deep-seated. LA to LX in 14 hours flat. At home on 2 shores, but I ain't living fat. Still plagued by brokenness. It doesn't disappear when I say hocus pocus, but grounded for the moment in the city of Lisbon. I'm looking for a peace and I'm looking for wisdom. Hooked up with a mastermind named Grizzly. Formed Ithaka, now we're rolling busy. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. I wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Wanna get out, had to get out, gotta. Escape from the city of angels. 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 Got up out of bed, was the middle of May. Things wasn't the best, but they was okay. Looked at myself, my reflection in the mirror, when sounds from outside stung my eardrum. Broken bottles and bullets in flight. An ordinary, everyday neighborhood street fight. Had to ask myself, what's that got to do with me? Went back to bed but had a bad dream. Mountains of bodies with blood streams. A bangity bang bang, I'm up again. Wasn't no dream, not now, not then. Retaliation all through creation, since the beginning of time with peoples of all kinds. But I'm a human being. Killing and hate is what I'm seeing. Hey General D, what do you think?
Eu tô desesperado, atado sem saber qual a forma, qual o lado. Eu quero saber se vale a pena viver. Não pensas que fui eu que fiz o tiro nascer? Disparo sem saber, razão do meu ser. Porque é que eu sou bandido, porque é que eu tenho de sofrer? O tiro veio dali, o tiro veio daqui. O tiro veio da cidade, nome da nossa irmandade. Calada, sufocada e nos guetos apertada.
Erase the slate of hate. Erase the slate of hate. The evil rulers of this planet put the population control on automatic by planting the seeds of hate in our lands and watering the seeds with propaganda. Among the black, the brown, the yellow, the red, and the white. It ain't the colors, it's a hate versus hate fight. Just trying to be me. Just wanna live life, take it easy. But I can't because of the things I see all around me.
Just remember,
every year of hate takes 25 to evaporate. Erase the slate of hate. Erase the slate of hate. Well, sometimes I think what's this come down to? Do we belong in cages at the zoo, tearing each other up like the cobra and the mongoose, hanging ourselves with the self-tied noose? But me, I'm calling it quits with the bad thoughts, searching out things in life that can't be bought, like meeting up for a peaceful get-together, hear some old sounds and try to feel better about ourselves and everybody around us. Let's all rope together on the big peace bus, a group of individuals riding toward the same goal, to live and let live until we grow old. Lengthen lifespans that have grown so dismal, cause lately being the fittest don't guarantee survival. A strong man can drop just as fast as a weak man, and none of us today is really safe in any land. GD, what do you see?
Queres viver, tá-se bem, mas eu tenho que ser alguém. Pai e avô já não foram ninguém, e tantos governos governaram o país, tantos partidos, para mim tudo como diz. É tudo a mesma coisa, a realidade não mudou. Pobreza, tristeza, aparência abafou. Me chama pobre, pobre e me bata na cidade. Me chama pobre, pobre e me esconde a verdade. Me chama pobre, pobre e me tira igualdade. Me empurra para longe da cidade.
So just remember,
every year of hate takes 25 to evaporate. Erase the slate of hate, erase the slate of hate. But me, got faith in the peoples of this planet. Eventually things will get right, we'll land it upside right, nothing but clarity. Peace, love, fun, no need for charity. Until that time, many years from today, I'll travel my path and try not to stray away from understanding peoples of all shades, hoping fewer will end up in graves. I hope to see more peace and harmony, hopefully, in every land both near and far from me. Erase the slate of hate, erase the slate of hate, erase the slate of hate, erase the slate of hate. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face. Been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face. Met at your papa's showing back in LA. He's a twisted brother, must run in the family. You were kinda bizarre. Yeah, you scared me a little. You was only 18 when life is just a riddle. But I should've known a good thing when it slapped me on the face. But it didn't seem to me the right time or the place. See, you was too young. At least that was my alibi. But I was still mind fucked up over Stella Fly. But it's 4 years later, I've been to hell and back. And thank you for your letters, and thank you for your facts. Cause sometimes it's lonely on this side of the pool. You says you're gonna visit before you go back to school. Been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face. But what do you know? I gotta go on assignment. I won't be in Lisboa when your flight gets in. But we ain't got much time, cause this life is short. So try to change your ticket. Meet me in the garden port. And you did. You landed gently, and you was looking good. You brought with me your luck, just like a ladybug would. Been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face. The girl I known, she grown into a woman. You had yourself together. You knew what you was doing. No, you never before been to this garden. No, you never heard before of this garden. But we got along like the flower and the bee. No fights, no complaints, not the slightest bit of jealousy. Out on that little garden, out in the sea, I found out who you was. I found out who was me. Been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face. But after 2 weeks, the trip came to an end. We went our separate ways. We took our separate planes. Back to Brooklyn, back to Lisboa. Separate sides of the Atlantic. You know I'm gonna miss you. So let's not let 4 more years go by. Together we should learn. Together we should fly to unknown Edens all around this earth. Seeing you again was like a second birth. Been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Been 4 years since I saw your face.
Mommy, how much longer till we get to Ithaka?
We're almost there, sweetheart.
Direct live from the Miracle. Well, I was riding with some brothers somewhere south of Gibraltar. We didn't have a plan, so there was nothing that could falter. Picked up another brother down at Dalboza. His name was Akeem, he had a sister named Sousa. He said to Agadir we should go. We all got ready to roll. We drove all night, it rained like dogs and cats. We drove all night, there was no turning back. Arrived at Anchor Point in the middle of the morn. The sun was shining, the end of the storm. The point was reeling, it looked like a paint. Roll overhead and glassy with lips hollow and spring. We got out there, we carved with all our might. We carved all day till it became night. Our city grime had washed away. Tagazoo, our new home, the village we stayed. I crashed out early, we rose before dawn. From this perspective, civilization seems wrong. Somewhere south of Gibraltar. Somewhere south of Gibraltar. Somewhere south of Gibraltar. Somewhere south of Gibraltar. Back out in the lineup of bright blue. Akeem dropped into a big crystal tube and made an exit without getting wet. Well, Smiley took off on a 2-meter set. He carved off the bottom, he snapped off the top and disappeared behind the curtain in the bottom of the trough. And once again, he saw daylight. Well, everything about this day was going alright until I got brave. Challenged the thick lip. Got chewed up, then spit back out of the grip. My blade was busted down the middle in two. Underestimated Anchor's power, but now I knew a trooper was the next victim of her assault. Kicked in his butt, then flipped the somersault. His blade also was busted down the middle. It don't take no genius to figure out this riddle. I treat the lady anchor with a little respect, or you will very likely get worked or wrecked. Somewhere south of Gibraltar. somewhere south of Gibraltar, somewhere south of Gibraltar, somewhere south of Gibraltar. After 2 days of non-stop laceration, drove in search of different motivation to a little village. No village at all, just 10 fishermen and rice 3 meters tall. Strapped a cord to the tail of my 610. Took a couple spills but wasn't ready to say when. Then there it was with my name written on it, high blue and steep with a big fat lip. Scratch for sure like a dog does fleas, but this is a drop and this ain't no disease. Made the first turn relatively unscathed, but didn't want to stick around for the aftermath. Then the blue room enclosed me. A tiny light was all I could see. Wait for me, can't go any quicker. Unfortunately for me, that little light got bigger, and I'm out of there into the brightness. No longer feeling the slightest bit of frightness, euphoria. Now part of my agenda, the real McCoy, not the pretender. Well, after on the show I saw the toe of the dogs, but couldn't think a word, my mind was full of fog. The old artist stole the stories out of his head, of the visitors there, Jimmy and the dead. The dead brought the blades and tried the liquid luck, but nobody comes around, no here, nobody gives a fuck. But I gave a fuck and the circle did too. This place was magic and surrounded by blue. Somewhere south of Gibraltar, somewhere south of Gibraltar, somewhere south of Gibraltar, somewhere south of Gibraltar. Well, then we headed more toward Casablanca. Stopped off at an ancient city named Essaouira. Summer was tried but no sale was made, but a very stone Joe said it all tastes the same. The coast was flat so we headed back, but the lesser Dabos weren't so great. We wasn't sure if we should split away, but at dinner I met a mistress from Paris. I asked her her name, but she seemed embarrassed. Ended up hanging at a crib by the shore. We smoked a little something and we listened to the roar of a new northwesterly on the increase. Of this addiction my soul won't release. Slept like a log, no I didn't mean to bore her, but I needed rest, I couldn't help but ignore it, cause my main girl is brewing up something for me. If you didn't guess, my best girl is a C, but she didn't produce as I'd expected. And I'm feeling aggravated and I'm feeling rejected. The rest of the circle felt the same as I did, and we was thinking, man, it's just about time that we split. Then a king, that motherfucking surfing machine, suggested we visit his hometown Sally to check out the scene. Strange town with a strange name, a ghetto of a ghetto in Morocco, it's the same. Then a fight broke out down the street. Rocks were thrown, there was the thunder of feet. Clubs were sworn, a riot was on, and we was thinking, it's time to get going. I packed up a shit, no time for a prayer. Again we headed north, we got the fuck out of there. We got the ferry boat back to Spain. It was very stormy, the sky spilling rain. Passed through customs, Loretto carried mud. In my opinion, that shit was fucking dumb, but with nerves of steel, it was okay. There was no bus, and we was on our way, all through the night into the next day. Back to Lisboa, the town where we stayed. Arrived home without a screw or a dollar. Just glad to be back from somewhere south of Gibraltar. 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 She only has one arm, but she has a big heart. She also has a pet pigeon named Zaza. which she keeps in a plastic bag, warm and dry, out of the rain. She always says "Boa tarde" when I pass her at the square. And I feel privileged to have such a wonderful person like the Pigeon Lady even acknowledge my meager existence. She's homeless, she's old, but beautiful. And I hope she'll keep me warm and dry, out of the rain. Time ago, I had a slinky slim fish, 24 years old. Knowing I was weightless, she gave me a ride. A junker of a junker mo was 1969. Flat break with plenty of dents and rust, no lights on mirrors and covered with dust. She said, "This is a symbol of my feelings for you. I know it ain't your color, but you can paint it blue." Then she split, just like a stellar fly would. Left a hole in my gut. No, I wasn't feeling good for a while. I didn't drive it at all. Represented someone kinda pretty, someone kinda tall. Mostly, I've been intrigued by her head, the things she wrote and the things she said. I guess I wasn't smart enough for her role, but girl, her brain ain't worth shit without a heart or a soul. 2 months later, football starts beneath. Felt like taking a driver to Peniche. I've been 2 years since Snowmobile been drove, but stuck a key in her keyhole and off we rode.
We're getting kinda stony in the Stonemobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Stonemobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel.
Ain't got the frozen fish, but I got something better. A whole lot of soul with a fucked up fender. Ain't where you're going, it's how you're getting there. And yeah, she's kinda funny looking into people still, but she's a bucket with class. I drive her with pride, she's my very own, very special Snowmobile ride.
We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel.
She's called the Stonemobile because she looks like a rock. Slow and gray, some people would rather walk. Keeping Ithaka as our final destination. A million places, no time for hesitation. And yes, it's true, she don't use electricity. I know what Kermit meant, it ain't easy being green. And most of the time, she don't leave the driveway. But now she's got a family and she gets washed daily.
We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel.
Escape, search, find, wheel. I gotta get it good, free will.
We're getting kinda stony in the Stonemobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. We're getting kinda stony in the Snowmobile. Ain't where you're going, it's how you feel. It's how you feel. It's how you feel. It's how you feel.
Where's go around today?
Boy, I don't know.
Oh shit. Maybe that's him now.
Hold on a second. Grizzly speaking.
Hey, Grizzly.
Where the fuck are you, boy?
Fuck. You're not gonna fucking believe what happened to me.
Oh, must be this. This must be a good one.
like she was a swimming pool. I stepped deep with my loaded tool. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. I said she dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. Well, after the whomping, she still wanted more. She went into the kitchen to get the things from the store, and went into the bathroom and threw them in the tub, and called to me, "Corporal, you wanna do something dumb?" "Sure," I said, and put on that same old song, and soon she was shaking with the rhythm that was wrong. My wheelie went limp from the side of the wiggle. I closed my eyes and all I heard was a giggle. Then I dove in to her big bathtub and started doing things that was dumb. Bumping in the tub full of ketchup, syrup, barbecue sauce, and cherry, with cream, honey, butter, and strawberry. She was slimy, she was greasy, she was slippery when wet. She was the kinkiest girl that I had ever met. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. I said she dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. Well, it's a long story, but I will make it fast. I never left the house from that day past. We had so much fun with each other. We decided to forever stick together. But first things first, and I took my stance. I sent her to a school to teach her to dance. No more offbeat shaking. No way. No more rich girl faking. Well, after a few months, she learned the groove. She learned to really make her bucket move. I like to watch her dance with ketchup on her body. She shakes her ass twice, and then she's got me. She asked me so sweetly for my bean pod. Of course, I get out of my clothes faster than a hot rod. But first I take a second to put on a glove. And then we get crazy, we make ketchup love. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. I said she dances like a rich girl, but she fucks like a whore. She dances like a rich girl, but she doesn't anymore. Fucks like a whore. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately for me, she still fucks like a whore. Fucks like a whore.
Well, LA to Phoenix in 6 hours straight. Is he awake or is he asleep? He drives all night in his GTO to see a squaw he's left by a red rock. Sleepdriver, Sleepdriver. Or maybe it's love, maybe a death wish. Not sure himself in his state of despair. For 14-hour days, 5 days a week, all for a squaw he's left by a red rock. Sleepdriver drove to be on the big screen, but the star became a grip for not much pay. A little is better than none. He sends the checks home, he sends it to school. Sleepdriver, Sleepdriver. And every Friday by 8, he's on the 10 headed east for love and home cooking. But by Sunday at 6, he's on the 10 headed west. He's gotta get back. He's got an 8 a.m. call all the way in Valencia. Sleepdriver, Sleepdriver. The Sleepdriver drove back and forth for years through dust storms and rain in degrees of 108. The Sleepdriver drove, dozing off and dozing on, reflected hypnosis, a trance-like state. Sleepdriver, Sleepdriver. The Sleepdriver drove the whole night straight, but one night he just plain fell asleep. And he dreamed of his great-grandfather in a feather headband and a pair of moccasins, young as a buck. And he was in a new land, even farther from his squaw. He'd left by the Red Rock.
Looseness into the whole fucking thing. If you don't mind that, Joe, I know you're getting pissed off with me and shit, but you just gotta go with the flow. Okay, here we go. I met her in a funny, unusual way. I was in a strange mood, or I wouldn't have tried to get a number through a friend of a friend of a friend's. Spoke on the phone 2 weeks without seeing her face. Then one day she called me up and said,
I'm coming over.
She showed up. She looked real nice, had a package in her hand and said,
This is for you.
It was a basket full of cookies, oatmeal, chocolate chip cookies. I've been together 2 weeks, a long time for me. My friends ask me, why? She makes good cookies. Tall, brown, funny, crazy, and pretty. Sweeter than maple syrup, she makes good cookies. I've been together 2 months, a long time for me. We fight sometimes, sometimes we separate, but we always get together again. And my friends ask me, why? And I say, she makes good cookies. A 2 years later, not nearly as sweet. Always nagging about the mud on my feet, about my drinking or my card game. But she loves me, I know, because she bakes me homemades. She makes good cookies.
I make good cookies
when I least expect it. Oatmeal, chocolate chip cookies.
Good cookies.
That's it. I gotta need it.
Good cookies.
Damn good cookies. on a pair of tracks. Don't know what I'll find. Don't really care. 'Cause danger isn't danger unless you feel fear. But since you left, don't feel nothing at all. Just numb all over. Indifferent to life. I'll get over you. I promised me I would. And start from scratch. Maybe get happy again. And laugh a little. And talk about flowers. And the color of paint. But if you show up at my little shack, I'll be over it and invite you in. We'll have tea and laugh. We'll talk about flowers and the color of paint. We'll always be friends. And that's what you said. Wasn't sure what you meant. Now I finally do. I'm sure you can never have too many friends. But love, now that's a different story. It's life's alarm clock. And without it, I'd never get up. Just stay in my bed to rot. I'd never laugh. And I'd never talk about flowers or the color of paint. The adventure is there for those who don't fear. To start from scratch. Maybe get happy again. Away from what you know. Away from what you love. Away from what you don't. But if you plan to visit my new shack of hope, bring with laugh, flowers, and some paint.
Mm-hmm.